Hello my beautiful friends, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Anna and today I'm going to share with you my pumpkin pie recipe. I might be biased, but this is my favorite pumpkin pie recipe. It's perfectly sweetened, it's nice and creamy, it's just perfection. So I'm going to share it with you because as we know, Thanksgiving is just around the corner, so this would be a perfect dessert to end the night. Let me show you the ingredients you're going to need because you don't need that many, and we're gonna get right into it. You're gonna need some eggs, vanilla extract, pumpkin puree, heavy cream, evaporated milk, salt, pumpkin pie spice, cornstarch, brown sugar, and granulated sugar. You're also going to need your pie crust because we can't make pie without pie crust, right? So this is my homemade pie crust that I made last night. I placed it in my pie dish and I've had it in the fridge ever since. So it's been in the fridge for about 10 hours and now it's ready to be used. You can make it the day off, absolutely. It takes about, I would say, 10 minutes to make pie crust and it's so good. If I'm making pie, my oven's preheated. If I'm making pie, I always make homemade pie crust because it just takes it to another level. You can use store-bought pie crust, but to me homemade is the best. If you make it the day off, I recommend that you freeze your pie crust for about 15 minutes. That way it doesn't shrink in the oven. You're also going to need some egg wash, which is pretty much an egg beaten with a little bit of milk or water, and you're going to need some pie weights or some dried beans. This is a bag of beans that I had. I've been using this for almost 2 years already, and it's very inexpensive. You can also invest in pie weights, but they're a little pricey, and honestly, beans and rice, it does the job, so why go ahead and buy something else? Okay, so that is pretty much it. My oven's preheated to 425 degrees Fahrenheit, and now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do it right here like this. I'm going to brush the top of my pie with a little bit of egg wash because this is gonna go into the oven. We wanna par bake this for about 10 minutes. So that way you don't end up with a soggy pie crust. Now, I'm going to add some parchment paper. Okay, and I'm gonna place the parchment paper right on top of the pie, and I'm going to add the weights. I like to place mine in a baking dish, that way it's easier to handle in and out of the oven. Now this is going to go into the oven, like I said, for 10 minutes. Now in this bowl, we are going to mix your pumpkin puree. Make sure it's not pumpkin pie filling and it's the puree with nothing in it, because we're gonna add our own spices to it and it's gonna taste incredible. So make sure you get the one that is just plain pumpkin puree and not the pumpkin pie filling. That is very important. So we have that. We're going to add our eggs. This is like a perfect pie, so easy. It's like a one bowl kind of situation. You just add everything in here and it comes out so yummy. We add both sugar, so the brown sugar and the granulated sugar, and we whisk everything together. This looks perfect. Now we add cornstarch, salt, and pumpkin pie spice, our vanilla extract, our heavy cream, and evaporated milk. And we mix everything together. This looks perfect. You're gonna have a filling that looks something like this. My pie crust just came out of the oven. Remember, it was baking for 10 minutes at 425. And now we add in our filling. Just like that. Okay, you might have just a tiny bit left over, but that is perfectly okay. Now you can brush the pie crust with a little more egg wash if you wish, just around the edges so they can get nice and golden brown. And this is why I like to put mine in a baking dish, in a baking sheet, because it's easier to take in and out of the oven. The pie is going to bake at 425 for 15 minutes, and I'm going to reduce the temperature to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's going to bake for about 50 minutes, 50 to 60 minutes. You do want to keep an eye on it. The center should be slightly jiggly, but the outsides should be set. It's officially the next day. My pie baked for 55 minutes. I took it out of the oven and I let it rest at room temperature for about an hour. Then I popped it in the fridge, and I was in the fridge overnight, but you want to let it rest at least 3 hours because you want it to set completely. And so you can see I already cut into it and everything because I took some pretty pictures of it this morning, and I also already ate a slice and it was delicious. But here is the final result. Let me tell you, I might be so biased, but to me, this is the best pumpkin pie. And this comes from someone that doesn't really love pumpkin that much. This is truly the best. I'm going to top it off with a little bit of whipped cream. Normally, I would make my own whipped cream, but I'm feeling a little lazy these days. So some canned whipped cream will do. And we dig in because who doesn't love a nice and creamy pumpkin pie with the best homemade flaky buttery crust. You guys don't even understand how fabulous this is. I'm giving you a close-up so you can see how perfectly flaky and crispy this homemade pie crust is. It's just beautiful. So I hope you guys give this recipe a try. It truly is the best pumpkin pie. I woke up a little raspy today. If you're noticing my voice, it's a little raspy because I woke up a little sick. But this is, like I said, the best pumpkin pie recipe on my website at anitasrecipes.com. You will find a direct link to it in the description box. Make it. You're gonna love it. It's the best pumpkin pie recipe, at least in my opinion, but I might be a little biased, who knows. So I hope you guys enjoy. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.